Hey, overcomers. I hope you are all having an amazing day. I am Dara Marie. I'm your favorite mindset teacher. And this is Be an Overcomer, where you are inspired and empowered to walk by faith and use the gift of imagination to create the life you desire. So, overcomers, this message is you have the power to change your life. You can manifest anything. But the key is, what are you thinking daily? Have you decided to walk by faith and not by sight? Because here's the thing. In this world, there's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be things that are going to try to get you off course, to try to take you away from the destiny that God has for you. But like I always tell you, if you can see it in your mind, you are going to see it in the world. But the key is going within. And what are you placing your attention on? Because whatever you place your attention on, that is what is going to expand in your life. That is what's going to grow. So if you keep focusing on what's not working, if you keep focusing on fear, if you keep focusing on lack, if you keep focusing on negative circumstances, you're going to get more of that. And so this is why you must decide daily, no matter what is showing up in the 3D, no matter what the situation is, that you're going to stand in faith, that you're going to push toward your vision, right? We know the Bible says, forgetting those things which are behind, I press towards the mark. Sometimes your vision, that dream life, that thing that you desire, it may not come with just like, it may not just happen easily. It may not, happen without hiccups and like, maybe it seems like certain delays, but that doesn't mean that it's not for you. A delay is not a denial. Your job as a person of faith, as a conscious creator, is to consciously decide what it is that you want and stick to it. That's why I encourage you to write daily. This is why I encourage you to journal, because your subconscious mind, as Joseph Murphy says, it takes you at your word. It doesn't differentiate between what is happening in real time right now and what is not. So no matter your circumstance, you can be in a situation where it's not peaceful, and you can literally speak that peace into existence. I've given you my own testimony from my own life. Okay. And I always tell you, test it out. Don't just take my word for it. Okay. If you still feel you need to be convinced about faith and using your imagination, and this is how you consciously create, I want to encourage you to test it out. Test it out. Write a list or think of something that you desire. Think of something that you want to see manifested and watch it show up. And also, I would tell you this, don't share it with anyone. Think of something that you desire. Only you and God know. And once it shows up, you will know without a shadow of doubt that it was God, and that this is how you create, and you have this tremendous power within you. But you will never know that unless you try it. You will never know that unless you decide to walk by faith. You will never know that unless you have proof of it. Okay? Once you have proof of your faith, that faith really works, okay? And this is why the Bible says faith without works is dead. You have to have active faith, and that's how things come into being. That's how things will manifest for you, okay? I told you about the sunflowers. Every day, I just, it's amazing. The other day, I saw someone, they had sunflower earrings. Like, they manifest in unusual ways, and it manifests every day. Somehow, some way, I see sunflowers. Also, another manifestation of mine is coffee. Just recently, a subscriber of mine was like, why don't you put a link up for coffee? Like, I love coffee. So that's like another manifestation. So I want to encourage you to test it out. And just because the thing that you desire has yet to show up, it doesn't mean that it's not on its way. Okay? We know the story about Neville Goddard. You remember how Neville Goddard, basically his mentor, Abdullah, told him that you are in Barbados. So just for those that might not know the story, Abdullah was Neville Goddard's mentor, and he was the one that really kind of introduced him to the law of assumption. And so one day, Neville Goddard said to him he wanted to go back home to his homeland, Barbados. He had no money. Okay. He was living in New York City. And at that time, it was like there was like a depression, and there was like, the economy was bad and all of these circumstances. So Abdullah told him, listen, you went to Barbados and you went there first class. In the natural, Neville didn't have any money. He didn't go to Barbados yet. He was still in New York. And basically, Abdullah told him, as you walk the streets of New York, envision that you are in Barbados. And we know that there's like, afterwards, there was like a set of circumstances, a bridge of events that unfolded to get him his manifestation. So your job is to go within. Like I always tell you, if you can see it in your mind, you will see it in the world. Your job is to block out this 3D. I get it. I'm here with you in this world, right? But the Bible says we are in this world, but we're not of this world. That means we're not supposed to hold the same mindsets. And a lot of these mindsets and beliefs, they don't serve you. A lot of the things, it could be from childhood, it could be from past relationships, it could be from past circumstances that you went through. And sometimes as people, we are holding on to things that don't serve us and not pushing towards the destiny that God has for us. Okay? You have the power to change your life. You can manifest anything, no matter what it looks like. But the key is to walk by faith and not by sight, and keep pushing towards your dream. Keep pushing towards your vision, because God has an awesome and amazing plan for you. So overcomers, I pray this blessed you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. If you like this message, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and always be an overcomer.